I'm Judy Mitchell with Mitchell Realty at RE/MAX Professionals in St. John, and I get asked all the time, is this a good time to buy a home? And my answer is it's always a good time to buy a home if you need to buy a home. So buyers often have more negotiating power right now. We've had a very, very strong seller's market for about 5 years. A seller's market means the seller has more control. Right now we're shifting into a balanced market, and so that means that buyers have a little bit more say and more negotiating power. We're seeing a lot more offers with inspections. Financing is almost standard now. We see very few cash offers. So you are in a better position as a buyer right now than you have been in many, many years. Also appears to be less competition for homes. A lot of what was happening in the beginning of this craziness in 2020, 2021 is that we had a lot of out-of-province buyers, and around 2022, 23, we started seeing that dwindle off a little bit. And so during 2021, 2022, we had an awful lot of out-of-town buyers who had cash. They were willing to risk having inspection issues because most inspection issues can be fixed with, $10,000 or less. So they were willing to buy with no inspections. So what we ended up with is a lot of our first-time home buyers not being able to buy homes. And so they said, I'm going to stay in my apartment an extra year, get a little more savings, get my credit score up, and build up a little bit more buying power. And that happened. And so 23, 24, 25, we saw that pent-up demand start to find homes. And so a lot of the home sales for new home buyers happened in the last 3 years. So now that we're in 2026, we're starting to see a lot less buyers, and therefore it's balancing the market out a little bit. So as a seller, you need to recognize the fact that buyers have more options, and you don't get to just say, this is my price and that's it. You're going to have to negotiate a little bit sometimes. You're going to have to be reasonable, and you're going to have to look at what prices are really going for in your area. As a buyer, it gives you the option to have a little bit more options, a little more say, and also better conditions, because obviously we all want you to get inspections. Inspections protect the buyer, they protect the agents, they protect the sellers. We like inspections. So we want to make sure that you're getting the inspection if at all possible. But if you're competing against someone who's not asking for an inspection, it's a major roadblock. So nowadays we are able to ask for inspections more often, but not every time. So this is when you need to work with your real estate professional to make sure that you have full scope of knowledge of everything that's happening in that area and what's happening with that particular house that you're bidding on. So we go back to the question, is now a good time to buy? It's always a good time to buy. It's just the market shifts at different times. So in a shifting market, buyers can often make smarter and better long-term decisions. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions.